Hey, 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 welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. You can see I have my screen still up. I do a TV show every Tuesday night, and I actually forgot to put up the backdrop, but it doesn't matter because, you're here to listen to a reading. So know that this is going to be a general message for anyone that lands on it, especially if you resonate with it. But I always feel like if you were called to stop and listen to a message, you were meant to hear it because we get what we need. And the universe is what provides. We can think that we have a plan in mind, but a lot of times the universe conspires to redirect us in life. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is a soul healer journey. This is a soul healing channel. And that means that we do inner child readings, we do shadow readings, we learn how to integrate the spiritual lesson. And the spiritual lesson is, again, the karmic lesson. So, do I talk about your soulmate twin flame? Of course I do. Soul family teaches us, and it teaches us through the experiences. And a lot of times those experiences are painful, and those experiences that are painful keep us locked in to a limited perception about ourselves. It actually, when we go through any experience, good or bad, it rewires our brain. So traumas are a combination of astral energy and emotional energy, which again come from our thoughts and our behaviorisms and our habits and our conditioning. So what happens is that a lot of times trauma will make us be detached, dissociated, and that makes us not awake. So the grand awakening that's happening right now on the planet is the awakening to your true self. And that's very turbulent because how we know that we're changing and evolving is a lot of times things aren't working in our regular life, everyday life. It could be that our job isn't working out, the relationship isn't working out. Again, these experiences make us perceive ourselves, the world, from a limited and distorted perception, which understand healing is all about being able to see the reality that you want to create. It's all about integrating the spiritual lesson because there's clues in your spiritual lesson. So that'll bring you into your true self. And as you become more and more into your true self, the people and the situations and experiences that are not meant for you fall away, that make room for who and what's supposed to come into your life. However, a lot of these experiences are turbulent, and again, they create fear. And when we have fear, it means that we again are coming from a fear-based consciousness. So we always want to know, again, what the past life karma is that we've integrated, because that will help us understand why we were born into certain families that we were born into and what spiritual lessons we needed to learn through the actual soul wounds. So these are, again, past life cards. These are soul wound cards. And then we're able to see how that plays out within the inner child. And then what the archetype is. Again, and the archetype is the mask that we tend to adapt with. And then we look and see about more of the shadow and then the hidden truth. If we're going to talk about you and your person, I believe that that is what I said for tonight's reading. It was going to be all about you and your person's karma, how it plays out within your experiences and why. And the key that we're looking at here is the why, because understand whether you're with this person, whether you're not with this person, whether you're with someone else, your karma will play out until you integrate it. So we tend to bring the baggage, per se, from one relationship into another relationship. And this is because we are we haven't learned. So that's why they say, like, if you enter into a relationship with someone and you're not healed, you'll bleed all over that new person that you're with. And it's because, again, your perceptions of who you are, and again, your concept of how to be balanced in a relationship is off. Anytime anything's off, it's because we're imbalanced. So if we're seeing a relationship, the relationship's imbalanced. If it's within our health, we see it within our health as disease. Disease is what? It's when there's not ease. We're supposed to be in a place of rest and digest, which is ease. And when we have trauma, we are not. So spiritual wounds create a lot of anxiety, depression, energy imbalances due to the emotions. So when you're doing this work, you're not just able to shape shift your reality by breaking those karmic wounds, you're able to actually like heal yourself from where you're seeing those experiences. You're actually living a different reality. And that is how we shape shift our reality. We can shape shift it by, again, healing ourselves. Because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Quantum physics tells us that when they say you're going to quantum jump, it means that you're jumping into a whole other reality. And that reality is able to play out due to, again, whether your actions and your behaviorisms and your habits are in alignment with what it is that you want. When we have trauma, we create psychological reversals. This is when we do the exact opposite of what we want to create. So again, these are healing style readings. Just wanted to put that out there. Now, without further ado, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, all you got to do is like, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the day in your comment bar. And the word of the day is going to be merciless forgiveness. There's actually 2 words today. And merciless forgiveness is all about forgiving someone that doesn't really deserve to be forgiven. And so again, everything's karma. And so when we stay angry at a person, because again, we perceive that they did something wrong to us, maybe again, they changed the reality of what we perceived our life was going to be, then we tend to get hurt. Again, we tend to get angry. And when really, again, everyone has free will and understand, it's all about understanding why you have these certain relationships in your life. It's to grow your consciousness and to shift it into a place of love. So again, merciless forgiveness is almost like I'm feeling, again, I always start the reading off with card of the day. I should have said that, but I'm going to say it now. So you're going to write that word in the comment bar. And if you'll know if you won, by the way, if I wrote the word winner underneath your comment. If I did, you and I would just correspond back and forth on YouTube to figure out the best day and time that works for the both of us. Now, again, that the card of the day is how I like to start off the reading. And merciless forgiveness means that you're in a place where you are being asked to forgive someone that really doesn't deserve to be forgiven. And so you might say, why do we get that? Well, if you were born into families that taught you that you weren't lovable, that you weren't good enough, that you weren't deserving, a lot of times that wound is what, again, we're holding unconsciously with inside of ourselves. And that is what makes us a magnet for the imbalanced people that come into our life. And an imbalanced person that comes into our life is someone that hurts us. And they could love us, but they can still hurt us. So again, family teaches us that. This is why they say you have to honor mother, father. Well, it's again because it's ancestral, and these people, again, were supposed to teach us unconditional love. But a lot of times the human condition has got distorted through their life. And so again, you're breaking generational karma, you're breaking family karma, you're breaking not just ancestral karma, but collective karma. So we're going to see again what was your past life with you and your person. What we want to look at the past life because we want to see what wounds did I inherit, like into this world from my past world, because I didn't heal them in my last world. So we live many different lifetimes. You might say, why does a person live many lifetimes? Well, you're learning you're not separate from God. Through seeing your life through all different perceptions, because God is all knowing. And that is, again, coming from the highest vibration. And the highest vibration is unconditional love. So merciless forgiveness obviously teaches us unconditional love. Because a lot of times we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't be able to forgive a person unless we, on that level, unless we truly love them. Holding on to anger obviously is what creates disease and imbalance. So this is saying you're connected to someone also that is holding on to ancestral karma. They're holding on to anger, and because they're not balanced. And so understand you and your past life may knew each other, obviously, for either one or many lifetimes, and there were soul wounds that karmic relationship karma that you accumulated. And a lot of times that's because, again, the life that you were born into then. So again, shifts. So this is someone that, again, came in and out of your life. So again, they hurt you because they come in and out of your life. They're not, they ghosted. And this is what I feel, again, so in a past life, they were used of not always being in your life. They were used of going away. This person's a free spirit. They also come from a lower state consciousness. And why, again, lower state consciousness is back in the day when the men were on the ships. They were, again, very primal, trying to survive. And it was the time period. Like I said, it was the time period, and it's also the diseases that went on there. It's, again, it was all kept you in a state of consciousness that you were in a lower vibe because, again, it was all about your survival. And so, but this person also is used of coming in and out of everyone's life. That's really says a lot. And then again, phobia. So a lot of times when we're in a relationship where we, again, may have a fear of love and commitment, that's a phobia. Phobia is anything that makes us feel terror, that brings up fear. So, right? So this is saying that, again, your person is hurtful to you because, again, they have like a phobia of commitment. Because, again, they're just used to being a certain way. And that certain way is to do whatever they want, to come in and out. Now, let's look at the wounds that you and this person have, because it's all about the samskaras. Blame. So I feel like every single time you try to tell this person how you felt, they would kind of twist everything around on you. Always make it feel as if it was your fault. And I feel like this is a wound that you, again, had before you met this person, where you always feel like things are your fault. And then again, so we look and we see again about the inner child, why that is. Because this is saying also that your person doesn't want to take responsibility or didn't take responsibility when you did tell them, hey, like, I don't like the ghosting, I don't like the in and out. They acted, again, very macho or very just rebellious. If they were a girl, just like, you're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm kind of feeling like, again, that very male energy. So whoever it was in their very male, masculine energy too much. So meaning they were coming from real ego, which is, again, this is who I am. You're not going to tell me anything. If you have a problem, it's your fault. So again, they hurt you because they weren't emotionally taking again, your feelings into consideration, only taking their own into consideration. But understand it brought up similar feelings to how you were brought up. So we want to look at the inner child. And the inner child here is, again, this is support, not getting supported, not being supported. When we emotionally don't get what we need from a person, it's because we're not actually getting supported emotionally. Emotionally is so connected, not just to our emotions, but actually to our survival. And so, again, you didn't feel safe. You didn't feel safe. And that's a root chakra imbalance. So, again, this person coming in and out of your life is not showing real support. They're not also didn't show their concern about your concerns about the relationship. They, again, like to blame everything. They project. And understand, when a person is wounded and they're in their ego, very masculine energy, they project, and they project their wounds on to, again, you. So this is what I was saying in the beginning of the reading. Like, again, when someone's not healed and they go into the next relationship, and then the next relationship, they're accumulating karma, and they're also bleeding over every single new relationship because they're never integrating their wounds. So this person has a huge ego. So it's all about them. They didn't really care. This is very hurtful if we're connected to a soulmate. Again, a soulmate is supposed to show us unconditional love. We feel like that person is our person. We can feel the connection, but then they're showing us something completely different. It's very confusing. So then we say, well, was this a soulmate? Is this a karmic mate? Is this, again, a twin flame? We don't know yet. And we'll know whether or not they rise up to the occasion. So again, there is disassociated. This is their wound, which is they're detached. They're emotionally detached. So I feel like your person can numb themselves, again, when they were on the ships. What did they do when they had scurvy and they were dying? Well, they would drink. They self-medicated. So I feel like your person, again, the past life is that root chakra, which is survival, which is all about self-medicating and living from the ego, which is, again, what feels good at the time, emotions, letting the emotions run the show regardless. And being disassociated because they don't feel emotions. So they actually are over feeling a lot of times. And this is why they self-medicate. So a person, again, that hasn't healed, they have a ton of integration that they need to do. And so, again, this person has accumulated a lot of karma. And they've accumulated a lot of karma because they stay disassociated, which obviously is why you don't feel supported, right? And in the relationship. And then on top of it, they don't want to take responsibility. So we see how they hurt you. That we see, again, why it feels familiar. The archetype, again, is it was reversed, martyr. So I feel like your person, because they're disassociated from themselves, they're detached. And that just means emotionally, they could be in the same room as you and you don't feel them. And it's, again, they're never take responsibility for their actions. Again, you're telling this person you're not treating me well, and they twist it around on you. They project a lot. And it's because, again, the ego is running the show. And so they avoid you also, where there's this martyr card, but it was reversed. I mean, to be a martyr, it's not good anyway. But I feel like this person is doing it like out of addiction and self-pity. Like, they don't feel good about themselves, right? And because they don't feel good about themselves, the ego will run the show and the mask comes out. So this person doesn't know what to do because they don't have a good sense of self. So they give to other people and they look like they're really self sacrificing, but they're really not. They're doing what they want to do, when what they want to do is, like, I feel like, come in and out of your life and give to whoever they want when they want. And they'll say that that person needs help, but they're really avoiding you. And they're avoiding you because, again, they have intimacy issues, which is why they disassociate, which is why they're letting the ego run the show. So let's look at more shadows. Blaming fate. Again, like blaming. Again, this person, like, it just, again, you resent spirit for not giving you a purpose. You control your destiny. You make it happen. So this person isn't happy with themselves. They don't, again, know who they are. Because if you don't know, now a lot of people might say that they don't know their spiritual path. And your spiritual path is how you want to give and receive love. And that should be through your purpose, which is that's how we make money, how we should make money, is to give and receive of love. This person is not in a place of love. They're in a place of ego. So I believe, again, they're not happy with their life. And what makes a person happy with their life is when they feel really connected to themselves, connected to others, and connected to, again, God, the divinity, which connects us, again, to everyone. So this person, again, doesn't have that. They're disassociated. So when you grow up in a family that's imbalanced and you're taught, again, a certain consciousness, again, which is go to work, go out and figure it out on your own. You go out and make mistakes, then you begin to live from that level of consciousness. You don't trust yourself, then you form intimacy issues because this person keeps projecting everything onto themselves because it's, again, they're not living in alignment with the laws of nature, the laws of God, the laws of the universe, again, which is to be that vibration, the expression of love. They're in a place of blaming, like, which means that it's someone else's fault. And so they project their problems onto you because I believe you being, again, a soulmate, and they can feel the sense of, again, the connection of unconditional love. So it's a really deep relationship, and this person is not a deep person. They, again, haven't done any spiritual work on themselves. So we can see, okay, boiling point. So it's, again, but I believe that they're, again, they're at the place of boiling point, which is when we are about to break, meaning life has not been working out for this person for a long time. And I believe that you may be the catalyst for that because there's still a connection there. And so what is healing? Well, healing is unconditional love, and we learn that through our soulmates. But I believe that they are out of control in their life, in every area of their life. So I'm feeling like you may live a life that they feel is very balanced. They may like the look of your life. I feel like a lot of you people are successful within your own right and just happy, connected to friends. And this person, I feel like, is a loner. Again, they're disassociated. They drink too much. They have addictions to avoid, again, having to be in an intimate relationship. The intimacy triggers them. So what this is saying is that your person's not nice to you because, again, they have a lot of wounds. So they're in and out. Their projection will always continue until they do that deep healing. But let's look at their hidden truths, because just because a person treats us like shit, understand they could have psychological reversals where they keep getting in their own way. And most of the time, that's what happens. Intention is everything, because a person can always heal. That's the beauty of the mind. I love you unconditionally. So there's a sense that this person believes, because you're their soulmate, that whatever they do, that you're always going to be there. And I believe because when you met them, you gave them unconditional love. And that may not be true, again, because this person is running the show through their ego. And so we can see, but they do love unconditionally because they can feel the depth of the relationship. I wish I could take back my words. So again, their ego is so big, they don't want to humble themselves. They don't want to seem vulnerable. They refuse to let their emotions show, which is what happens when we've gotten hurt over time. We begin to, again, look at ourselves like there's something wrong with ourselves. So this person, it doesn't feel good, but they overcompensate. Hey, Wendy, didn't see that you were there. I love that you're always on for me. I am not available. So again, that's the emotionally not available. Somebody, again, is emotionally not available. And so that's why they're not available for you. I regret lying to you. So even though they are not emotionally available for you and they admit that, and there's here is like, I wish I could take back my words and I regret lying. So I feel like there's a sense of, there's just a sense of, like, I can't apologize. I don't know how to reach out to you. I don't know what to say because, again, I haven't done my healing work. So everything is so terrifying. I don't know who I am. But now I'm left with the fact of I left lying, and I wish I could take back my words. So they're very regretful. And then on top of it, it's like, I'm regretful, but in order to heal this situation, I would have to actually do what I need to do to heal myself, which is to be humble, to open up my heart. And so we're at the breaking point here where, again, this person is like, oh my God, like it can go either way. We can see why, right? Why we want to look and see which way, because this person, we see what their wounds are. We see that, again, they just need a lot of healing. Now, that doesn't mean you want to run back into a relationship. However, you can shape shift the reality to get what you want. And that's what healing is to know that there's many different realities that play out at one time. And by you doing certain things is what the karma is. And shape shifting is to be like, okay, this person needs healing, and they need healing in the fact that they keep getting in their own way because they don't want to be emotionally vulnerable. So they act like an asshole, pretty much. I mean, you're telling them, I don't like what you do, and then they twist it around. Like I kept saying, even before I pulled the cards, it said it, and then it said it 2 other times, like, I'm going to keep projecting. So they're coming from the ego, and the ego self is a part of self that needs the healing. It either overcompensates or undercompensates, meaning I'm either going to give you so much energy, I'm not going to give you any energy at all because I'm coming from my mask. I'm not coming from my true self. So that's why you're like, I could feel that this person likes me, but what they're doing is like, what the fuck? And the reason why is because of that. So again, but they're at the boiling point. So again, meaning they're like, I can't stay in this place because I'm stuck in this place of I'm in regret. And I don't want to really be in regret. So again, their ego, and understand love always wins. Love always wins. Because it makes us do things that we wouldn't do. And by you doing certain things, allows you to, again, get what you want. But we're going to see what this person has planned. I am so sorry. Didn't I say? I was like, this person's in deep regret. They're almost at their boiling point. Like their ego is trying to be like, no, I'm not going to reach out. No, I'm not going to reach out. But the love bug is like, but I need to. It's almost like you feel like you're going crazy. This is why they say love is crazy, because you'll be like, I don't want to call that person. And I don't want to forgive them. I mean, we pulled merciless forgiveness as the word of the day, right? So you're like, I don't want to forgive them. I don't want to forgive them. They don't deserve to be forgiven. And this person like, I don't want to call. I don't want to call. I don't want to call. But then down deep inside, they're like, I'm so sorry. Just wanted to work out. I need it to work out. So and then you downplay the shit that they do to to your friends the day before. Meanwhile, you're like, this motherfucker did blah, blah, blah. So it makes you look crazy. And this is where this person is. That's why they're at their breaking point. So it's funny. It's like, I have sexual fantasies about you again. And so when there's a lot of passion and understand this person is not comfortable with their emotions, so they tend to really focus on the physical aspects of a relationship, because again, even though they're detached, this is why a lot of times people that are detached, they have addictive personalities where they, again, in and out, talk to a lot of different people. Again, they're afraid of intimacy. But it's again that if the person didn't have sexual feelings towards you, they wouldn't stick around. See, God's sneaky. The universe is sneaky. It's going to bring you what you need. And it's like, fuck, I don't really want this person. It's like, well, you need that person for your healing because they're triggering the fuck out of you. And that's how you know. And that's why this person, again, the ego is not going to win in this story. Finances are a problem. So this person doesn't feel good about themselves because, again, finances. And I'm feeling for some of you like they were in a relationship with someone else. For others, they lost their job. There's a lot going on within the world. We can see how, again, finances would be a problem right now, unfortunately, for a lot of people, because they're coming from a fear-based consciousness. So they have wounds. But money has no energy. Remember, it's the energy you give. And that's through giving and receiving of love. Be the vibration of love. Okay, so can we start over? So they're going to come around and they're going to want you to start over. Now, again, you're probably going to get a lot of different feelings like, I don't want to forgive this person, or how do I heal? And understand, when it's a soulmate, twin flame, when it's any soulmate, it's calling to find your balance. Because understand, this person's making, when we have wounds, we tend to be black and white, either all or nothing. And Spirit's saying, well, it's not all or nothing. You have to find your balance, meaning either you're dealing with it too much yang energy, male energy, or too much female energy. You got to find your balance. And we don't want to a lot of times. We get in our very male energy to protect ourselves and to get ready to fight. We're not soft, where you can be soft but also strong. And so with a relationship like this, because a person needs unconditional love and you want to, otherwise you will not be able to let go. This person can't let go because they know that they didn't treat you right. And again, they're stuck with it and you didn't do anything. You were nice. So you want to stay nice because, again, that's how you hand that shit bag back to that person. Because eventually, if there's real love there, they're going to look at their behavior. So what does the universe tell us? How do we deal with this shit? I mean, because this is like, I want to rip your head off but Spirit's saying, yeah, because I'm making this person draw out your wounds, and your wounds are, you made me feel like you didn't care. You made me feel like I was noticeable, and Spirit said you had those before you met this person. You had that before. So how do I deal with the shit so I don't stab this person in the face? Because that's what happens after a while. You're like, you don't care. You seem like a crazy person. Again, being true. I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. I feel like your person has a lot of shame in who they are. So when a person loves you, when there's unconditional love, you have to be like that. You want to be a mirror of who and what you want, right? And this person doesn't know who they are, so they wouldn't know how to treat you. So you having confidence, this person will emulate you, especially if they're coming back to you asking you to start over. They're going to be like, I want to make it like we have a lot in common. Even if we don't have a lot in common, I'm going to pretend that we do have a lot in common because I feel awkward, and it's like, I want you to like me. So it's, again, you being your true self. This person will eventually be their true self, but you have to come from the highest vibration. And that's by loving yourself first. You love yourself first. by creating your life, by again making sure your life is balanced. You don't become codependent. This person would be codependent. They don't know who they are. So they're all or nothing. People with wounds, they either overcompensate or undercompensate. So we don't want to do any of that. We have to, again, be true to ourselves, because understand, if this person can't hold to your vibration, they will, again, fall out and you'll attract exactly what you need. However, most of the time, person rises to the occasion because love makes us do what we wouldn't normally do. We know that it's true love. When a person becomes their true self, we make them become their true self. So it's all about, again, doing that. And it's like, and so that's really the message there. So I just wanted to put that out there. I hope you enjoyed the message. How are you doing today, Wendy? You're still on. I know somebody's still on. I know, I feel like the internet's going a little in and out due to the weather. We have hurricane coming in, some heavy rains before. Yeah. So you're doing good? How's the weather near you? I'm doing okay. You know, it's just been crazy energy, just very crazy, trying to do a lot. I feel like for a while there was nothing going on, and now there's too much going on. So I'm trying to be able to go with the flow of life, you know, that's really what it is. It's about like really trying to go with the flow. I mean, the energy is crazy right now. I know, that's me too. Like, I gotta tell you something. It is hot here. It's the hardest lesson is forgiveness. Understand that. That it's the hardest lesson, but it's the walk of a healer. It's a walk of a highly sensitive person. It's and it is so hard to do, because it's almost like, well, what am I expected not to be able to like feel my, like have my feelings not be respected, right? And this person knows that they did. In this story, this person knows that they did, and that's why it's, again, they're not feeling good about it. And being that you're still hurt by it, it shows that there's still like feelings, and that you have, like, obviously towards this person, right? So let's see, what would you need to do in order to heal that? Let's ask spirit. Let's move some of these cards out of the way, and let's just look, because I feel like, really, I mean, it's hard. It is hard, but it's how much energy you put towards something. And understand, we don't realize the thought that we think about a person can actually really create a strong psychic cord. It's like, and then there's a sense of, I feel like this person is still like part of me. And it's like, when you think about a person a lot, they actually do become a part of you. They become part of your consciousness. And people that usually, didn't get the love and the attention and the support that they needed tend to do that. But it's like, but that's the thing, you wouldn't do it again, because you've been on this channel, and I taught you what you would need to do. And what you would need to do is not give the person all your time. Anyone that comes into your life, there was a part of you that thought about this person a lot, gave a lot on an emotional level. This person felt that. And so understand, it's like, when you meet a person, unfortunately today, you don't know who you're getting. You don't know who you're getting. And so people wear masks and they pretend. So you have to, again, Make the person get to know you, and understand a lot of people aren't going to want to do that. But then if they don't want to do it, then you don't need to date them, because their intention is everything, and you don't know what a person's intention is until, again, you've put time in. So this just says, again, that the relationship went too fast last time. And again, that would never happen again. Thank you. It's like, and because it's true. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for coming on the channel. When we're talking about soul healing, we're talking about a lot of times, like when we're with a person that has emotional intimacy issues, and then that they like you because you can feel the connection, but they're deliberately treating you bad. And so you're like, well, why are they doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing? And why would God bring this person into my life? Like, what the fuck did I do, like, to deserve this type of pain? And understand, when you have a soulmate, twin flame, any type of that type of relationships, the karmic and psychic cord that is so strong, it transcends time and space. Remember, you knew this person in a past lifetime. So they're coming into your life to teach you, Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for coming on my channel. I'll check out your channel after. But it's that's what it's about, understand, like, you're getting this person to heal. But what's amazing is you can shape shift your reality. Many different realities that play out at one time. And depending on what you do, your karma is the fact of how you decided to play that relationship. And you would never do that again. You would never give that much time or energy, focus. I mean, those are your energies. And when you put it so much to that person, and you might be like, I feel like I didn't give that much. And you might have not. Understand, every time the person called you, which could be once every 2 weeks, if they called you once every 2 weeks and you gave them the full hour when they called, you gave them too much. They said, oh, look at this person, so available for me. I could call up this person once a week. And meanwhile, you think you're playing it cool. You're like, oh, yeah, motherfucker, I'm not going to call you then. You'll just always call me. But the whole time you're on the phone, Thank you. It's like, and that's what happens, right? If we giving that person and we're like, I don't understand what I did. I just wanted to treat this person the way I wanted to be treated. We forget about the spiritual law. God says, love me first, by loving yourself first, because I live inside of you as this gift of spirit. So you have to love yourself first. And then you teach this person how you want to be treated through how you're treating yourself. We don't realize that. We get caught up in wanting to please the other person because we feel such a deep connection, and we get away from ourselves. And that is the only thing that you did wrong, Wendy. You would never do that again. You would never give that much again. That would never happen. And it would never happen to anyone else that listens to this stream. Because anyone can apply it. Anyone could see by their past relationships that were karmic that they gave too much and that there were red flags, but they emotionally got caught up. And they emotionally got caught up because they were an empty well. And so, again, that's the issue. So you would never do it, but let's ask Spirit, what would you need to heal? Just real quick, because it's all about the integration process. So you don't connect to another person that would do this either. And so we can heal. That's the whole point. Transmuting. You can't get rid of negative energy, painful experience, but we can transmute them. And we transmute them, and that brings us, raises our vibration. Okay, security and safety. So this is your wound, never really feeling secure and safe. And so that's emotionally safe. And so this is an inner child wound. So not really having that support and then reliving that. So again, when we grow up in a family that we feel that our parents didn't give us what we needed, well, that's why. So you have to create the security yourself. You have to reparent this. When we have an inner child wound, it creates a archetype. So for you, the archetype for you is, again, martyr. Right, is martyr. It's, again, caring too much about somebody else. Caring too much about someone else. Look what you pulled. So it's, again, and so when we feel an emptiness inside, it's easy to fall into that. It's like, well, because when I'm actually giving to someone else, it makes me feel good about myself. And so you're like would be like an unhealed healer, because then you're depleting your energy, and we don't write, and that's because you don't feel strong in yourself. So as long as that happens, you will attract the same type of person, because you're looking for the security. You want that. You want someone to make you feel safe, because you never had that. And Spirit says you can do it yourself. The issue is you don't believe that you can. And Spirit says you can. Everyone can. You're not here by mistake. You're here by my design. You're here, down here, to remember what your path is. And so it's, again, that's not, so we're going to just look at his shadow too. Because we looked at the archetype decline. So it's, again, like you are starting to go like this person's making you, because you dated someone to make you feel bad without healing. It actually brought your energy further down. So understand, you wouldn't really want to date right now. You want to take time to heal. And you heal by, again, creating the security. And security starts, understand the answers are inside of you. And I know that sounds so fucking cliche, but understand they truly are. And so it's all about understanding where your passions are, where you lose your time, your energy, your focus, and your money. How much time, energy, focus you put on that person is how much time, energy, focus you need to put on yourself. It's like, again, that's how you treat anybody that comes into your life, like I said earlier. So you're, again, and then there's cleansing. So you want to cleanse. So, and you might cleanse by cleansing your mind, right? Because parts of you have created neurological pathways, have conditioned. What did I say? When you heal your brain, again, can never go back to the same way that it was before you learned. Whatever the concept is that you're learning, for you, it's about learning the spiritual laws, the universal laws. So that might be by every morning getting on YouTube and listening while you're, again, because you listen to something long enough, it becomes your reality. Making a vision board, like we're talking about healing the root chakra. Again, you don't feel strong in yourself. You don't feel strong within yourself. We have to make you strong with yourself. And it starts with, again, what's in your environment to help you. Remember, the root chakra is connection to your physical body, the physical world, all the elements of the physical world. So utilizing what's in your physical world to help you gain that security. And security starts with your mind first, the thoughts that you think. If we're constantly thinking, I'm not safe, or I'm not good enough, these people have made, and it's easy to do that. The world will condition you to make you believe that about yourself. But listening to spiritual material, reading spiritual books, you might say, well, why? Well, maybe your path is to be a healer yourself. Again, don't knock it. There's many hours in the day. So I would wake up, maybe do some yoga, do some breath work to get really present, because know that when you daydream, you go in and out of consciousness. And if someone does come up to you, you don't want to come from past experiences. You want to always come from the now. Only in the now do you get divine guidance through gut intuition, inner knowing. It's, again, and being safe and comfortable in yourself. So remember, even if you heal your mind, Spirit says you have to do that yoga because you don't have a good connection to the physical body. So again, so maybe you're a little detached because of the trauma that you went through. So you're attracting someone that's on your vibration, not because you, again, are a mean person. That person channels out their behavior through being that way. You are not that person. You putting up with the nonsense for as long as you did made you on that same vibration. So let's get that clear. And the spirit and the universe brought you that person to show you what needed healing within inside yourself. And what needed healing within inside yourself was, I don't feel safe. I don't feel secure in myself. And that is why, again, we need to transmute that. And that's all about, again, changing your mind. And then, again, feeding what you love, becoming the vibration of love by doing what you love. It's because you want to teach a person how you want to be treated. And so you might say, I don't really know what that is. And then I said, use the things that are in the physical world to help you get there, which means online classes. See what you like. There's a lot of cheap platforms to say, hey, I want to try aromatherapy. Hey, I want to try, I want to learn about dogs. I want to learn whatever the fuck it is. But feed yourself to make yourself strong. Because what happens is when you do what you love and you're doing it every day, you don't move you. Spirit moves you. How do you think an Olympic player gets as good as they do from doing it over and over and over and over? How does anyone get good? It takes a mustard seed. God makes that multiply. We're all David going up against Goliath. God says, please don't do my job. Do your job. Be like childlike. Where's the passion? Where's the fun? Oh, that person got the passion. Oh, that's abandonment. Abandonment of self means abandonment of me. Karma, spirit always collects his due. So it's all about that. So let's just look into some clues. One more before I close it out, because it's all about, giving you the most bang for your buck. Let's see. All right, let's see. Earthed. They couldn't even fucking lie. Let me tell you, earthed. You know what that means, right? It means, again, being grounded. Again, doing what you need to do. And that's a completely different deck, saying the same thing, like heal that root chakra. Because your higher chakras are open. It's not like your heart's not open. It's not that you're not a nice person, but understand, by not being rooted, your higher chakras aren't open, because your higher chakras get open when you're physically in your body. Again, you're grounded, and then you're doing what you love. That second chakra is passion. We can go with the flow of life, being led by spirit through the gut, intuition, inner knowing, giving and receiving of love through your free will. Then you can see the opportunities. I could see how it would happen, because I got divine guidance in the now. Only in the now will you get divine guidance. Spirit says you need to have a love affair with yourself. Passion for life. Again, to transmute those wounds from pain into power. And that's how you do it. So again, next time you're on one, I want to know what you, again, decided to join and put your time in, and how you decided to, again, start this type of healing, because you've done a lot of other healing, but now it's all about creating yourself and getting yourself strong within inside you, so you can get the person that you want. And maybe, who knows, help people that fell into the same type of bad relationships that you did. I mean, it's all about utilizing what you have, and again, turning it around and channeling it through your unique expression. And it's how much love you put into something. So it's not how perfect, it's how much love. Remember that. And I'm going to take off now, because we went over it, but I hope that was helpful for you, Wendy. And thank you, everybody, so much for joining. Please, please, please check out my subscriptions if you need soul healing. If you are someone that keeps sabotaging yourself, keeps getting in your way, has money problems, have this healing program, has inner child healing, it has shadow work, it has reparenting, it has EFT, it has NLP, it has breath work, it has meditation, it has all the tools that you need to heal the effects of trauma, to transmute that pain into power. And understand, each tier offers something unique. Again, get special giveaways and all that jazz. You definitely want to check that out, because It's all about shape shifting your reality to get the life and the life experiences you want to have. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you on again soon. Bye.